My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is March 30th, 2023. It is 12:32 a.m. This is video number 2, believe it or not. The first one started on the 29th around 11 something ish. So let's continue. There's a lot to share with you. Any new subscribers, welcome. All right, so I said I was gonna start the next tweet with this. The next video with this tweet. Okay, Charles and William, we must work within this booking system no matter the cost because it ensures our survival. Prince Harry, we must change this booking system which is destroying lives so it works fairly for everyone. Who is the true king? Okay, so there's that. Prince Harry, the brave, the bold, and the fearless. Prince, okay, that's the people. I guess that's for the people. Good King Harry, this is brilliant. A pragmatist and an idealist. I always favored the latter. May truth and greatness be on your side. Okay, mirror, mirror, there's that. Okay, neither of them. The system called for the reform and true leadership, and that the changes will be made to serve the people. If the institution wanted to remain, all they need to do was to be for the people. And when you look at things, if they have to run out of the country, the people get upset at them, where are they gonna go? So if the institution wanted to remain, all they had to do is protect the people, the idea, the security, the well-being of the people. They won't have any problem. Even if the Tories vote to vote them out, if they were doing good things, people will fight for them and say they want them. This is the thing I don't think the institution understand. But when you look at things based on the way that I've seen things, when the king had died, they dumbed down the royal family, make them weak, make them believe that the papers is what will make them sustain them, this kind of thing, when in fact it's the people. You stand for the people. I do not know the history of the UK and that salty island personally, but I know more of what they done outside of the UK. But I don't know how they come into that agreement where they get money, the taxpayers' money, and then for them to go cut ribbons. I don't know how this came about, but whoever had that idea, I'm pretty sure a male king probably came up with the of this idea to sustain them, give up some powers in order for them to still remain. It was a good idea, to tell you the truth. But when the paper realized certain thing, whatever it is they realized, they dumbed down the rest of the family, the heir and the future heir. And when you look back from the queen, whatever it is that they told her, where she didn't really do much, okay, and you look at Charles, for instance, how weak he is, and then to William, who's even worse than his father. So they dumbed down the thing. But whoever came up with that idea, it was a good thing to help them stay within the country and help the people. If they had helped the people, they won't have any problem whatsoever. Even if politicians say certain things, but if they stood for the people will stand for them. All right, let's read some more comments and then move on. Okay, good King Harry, good King Harry. Okay, so let's just move on. They just repeating the same thing. All right, next tweet, because I have more tweets to share with you. Okay, the tabloid treatment of Kate Middleton pre-marriage wasn't okay. Yeah, I saw some stuff going on and on Twitter yesterday about Mel not protecting them, and some stuff about Kate. She was getting the same treatment over. What makes it okay? Someone have to put their foot down and say, no, enough is enough. And that's Harry. All the others just shut their mouth, turn a blind eye, because they had no respect for the woman they married to. Alright, but let's read the thread. Henry VIII. She usually come with some good things. She has a YouTube channel, by the way. Go check her out. Okay, the tabloid treatment of Kate Middleton pre-marriage wasn't okay. That being said, Kate and Camilla were perhaps the only two living royal family members who have had an inkling of what Meghan Markle was going through. And instead of lending a helping hand, they turned the press, who had abused all of them to various degrees. This is the thing. This is the thing that got me into looking into more stuff. Like Sophie, for instance. She didn't mention Sophie. But I don't know. I think there was some tape that Sophie did bashing the royal family. I don't know. Okay, you guys could look into it, because I don't know. But when I was looking into the abuse that Meghan was getting on the papers, and I was like, how come any of the female, especially when Meghan was pregnant, how come none of them standing up? Okay, I've said this kind of thing, but Henry VIII is putting in a different perspective, which is true. These women have had the same thing done to them, but instead they team up with the abuser to bash on Meghan. And this is the thing people will never forgive Kate for. Okay, so instead of lending a helping hand, they turned to the press, who had abused all of them to various degrees. Maybe Camilla and Kate share a sigh of relief that they were no longer the target of tabloid. Perhaps their turn to the tabloid press were motivated by the racism that seemed to drive the UK Sussex news cycle. When it comes to racism, everybody forget their problem. Okay, regardless, it is clear that when Camilla and Kate actually married in to the family, their press treatment tangibly changed. They received a degree of protection which was never extended to Meghan. Commenting on Meghan's treatment by the UK press and the again tangible evidence that the royal family participated in it does not somehow invalidate Kate Middleton treatment pre-marriage, but I do find that attempt to compare the two is very good litmus test. Okay, because the treatment of the two, while both horrendous, it is in no way actual comparable. Okay, the only difference was that Kate is lazy and Camilla is a homewrecker slag. They are still the same people today. Meghan's only crime was melanin. It wasn't, which really makes you question how can she justify actively leaking and participate in the hate the tabloid spread against Meghan. It makes her action worse. Yeah, this is the thing the squad could never forgive her for, participating. And not only that, they bring her own family to bash on Meghan too. Okay, bring in her family, La Maison de Bang Bang, that guy, they bring him too to bash on Meghan. I don't know, when they kick them out of the country, you're not gonna see any of the squad coming to her rescue. We're just gonna sip our wine or tea and just lay back and watch, because this alone, nobody have the mindset to say no, don't do that. Or at least I could understand when there's some very powerful people certain places, but at least say you're not gonna be part of it. Okay, that should only tell you one thing: don't participate. There she is toasting with Connor for backstabbing Meghan to go in court to talk against her. Okay, so anyway, and then not only that, you have Harry. When she married into the royal family, Harry was protecting her. This thing I cannot understand, how the mind of backstabbing went so deep into Harry's back. Harry, a blood prince, fixing her veil during her wedding, welcome her in, and when her husband was disrespecting her in public, he was there to protect her and make the husband realize what he was doing was wrong in the instant. This, we need to take this into very, very clear consideration. In the moment when certain things happen, and then for somebody to realize it in the heat of the moment, this speaks volume, because many times we don't see it, including myself. I'm talking because in the moment, later on, after it has been done, it passed, and you thinking back and was like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed that. I should have done this. I should have done that. But in the exact moment when it is being happening, for Harry to realize it and point it out to the brother and say, look what you're doing to your wife. You grabbing the umbrella. You're leaving your wife behind and it's raining. This alone should tell you something. Okay? But for the wife, for the sister-in-law to go and backstab Harry like this is unforgivable. Unforgivable in my view. You guys could do as you please. I'm not persuading you to believe the same way that I do, but this is the way that I see it. Those little snapshot of moments, and I'm sure there's plenty of other things that happen in the background privately we probably don't know. If Harry is in the presence of that, let's say for instance the husband is mistreating her or while in a family gathering, I'm pretty sure Harry will probably stand up for her. I'm just saying, because there's nothing in private setting we don't know, right? So that alone, it's unforgivable. It is unforgivable. I will not participate in bashing her, but I give it baggage for God. But when things is happening to her, I'm not gonna be there to defend her. I will just look on. You could see in many other videos when they're talking about beauty, this and that. I don't know, whatever comes in my mind at the moment, but majority of the time I don't add to her pain. I do not want to mess up my conscience. But her backstabbing is unforgivable. Okay, what she did to Harry, and then to include the uncle. I don't know what did the mother come? I don't know, but we hear from the uncle, La Maison de Bang Bang guy. Okay, to help bash on Harry and Meghan. This is unforgivable. Okay, let's see here. Okay, no, it was only disgusting, but they have found new ugly and cool way to torment Harry and Meghan. And this is why we said we want Harry and Meghan to be in their own little bubble, have an objective, focus on their objective, and stay in that little bubble to focus on their objective. Because if they go outside of that bubble and go into the royal family's bubble, forget it. They're gonna go back to square one. They're gonna need help. They're gonna need mental psychologists and all of that. Stay out of those bubbles. They want to grab Harry and Meghan into that bubble, but Harry and Meghan need to stay out of that bubble. Whatever, if they go to the coronation, they could still bring that little bubble in. When you look at the Jubilee, Harry and Meghan sitting at the church, they in their little bubble. The guy in the back was looking at them. I create my own little narrative where Harry is saying, do you like my whatever he was pointing at or whatever, and Meghan was smiling. Stay on your little bubble at all costs. Don't get into theirs, because those people are evil. Okay, they were definitely rude and intrusive with Kate, but not with the level of hatred and viciousness they aim at Meghan. Okay, 1, they hid it. They didn't speak out. 2, Kate understood what Meghan endured and then come to her aid. That's the only thing. And then when you hear from Spare, okay, they were obsessed that Meghan point finger. What was it? They didn't get a present. I'm like, what the F? And Meghan thought, if you're not performing for the people, because they're full of performance, okay, you're in the background, you're in family setting, you still have to act in a court. I'm like, what the F? I'm like, Meghan, what the F? And then she wanted respect. How could you get respect when you never give any? Okay, respect is a give and take kind of thing. And there's Meghan who walked in there and show her full respect, vulnerability, give up a lot of things to give respect, but it never returned. Instead, you disrespect her. Now she's in her bubble. And this is one thing I have to give Meghan so much respect for, so much value. When she married into the royal family, she didn't forget her root. Okay, she did not forget her root, because if she did, right now what she's going through, she will be on her own. You will not see me talking about Meghan. She did not forget who she was, where she come from. She embraced both sides of her family, but one side of it backstab her, and then she stayed true with the one that supported her, and then this is the group that come into her aid. Okay, if there are, and some others too who see the true things that's happening. All right, Kate knew and participated in the online abuse of Meghan. I don't feel sorry for Kate. There it is. Okay. I just don't understand why you would want someone to go through the same hell you did. That's the thing. Okay, but she was lazy though, and she waited. That okay, she could be lazy. Believe me, I would love to be in her spot where I don't just get up and go cut ribbon. All right, but the thing is that I could understand the velocity of the institution, where perhaps she's not as strong as some of us are to hate it, to speak against it. I could understand that. This is giving. But you could also say you're not participating in it. Okay? I would rather stay quiet instead of participate. Okay? And then when you see Meghan, you talk privately to Meghan and say, sorry, I cannot, I'm sorry you're going through this, but I'm not participating. Give a nod kind of thing. People will understand. But you participate. That's the part here. Okay, you participate, and this is why sometimes I said there's many ways you could help into democracy. You could definitely, the voting is a must. You don't have to go and protest like they always do and all of that. Not everybody's into that, but what's really important is just go vote. This alone, will support the part of the process. Okay, pay attention to what's going on, speak to the listen to the right information, and vote not with blind eye, know what's going on, the conversation, to help society at large. But when you participate in the bashing and the hating and all of that, it's not good for society. Okay, there's that. But she was lazy though, and she waited and waited. Bilson could have defended her. Bilson could have defended her. He didn't. Oh, they give him another name? Oh my God. This is a new name. Okay, could have defended her. He didn't. All she wanted was the unlimited amount of money for shopping and the crown. Okay, I'm telling you, it comes with a string. Okay, that's true. However, it was more accurate than anything they say about Meghan. Kate did chase William and was after a place in the palace. Alright, after this, that's it. Okay, well, she doesn't seem bothered. Her mama and she is now working with the same people. So, yeah, that's the thing here. They participate. Okay, and this is when karma comes striking. Hey, we're just gonna sip our tea and or wine and just watch. You mean the occasional articles about her mother who had a lowly job, or about how Baldy dumped her via phone while she packed sweaters? Baldy remained close friend with the aristocrat who laughed at her commoners' votes, nowhere close to dehumanizing like a descendant of slaves. Then Will should have done something about it. That's the thing here. Of course, it wasn't okay, laughing my ass off, but now it's a bit too late to play victim card for Kate. There it is. The press treated Kate badly before she married William. That's why Harry said he thought she would be the ideal person to help Meghan. There it is. Because she understood how bad it felt to be treated like that by the press. In the end, Kate treated Meghan the same as the press. There's the thing. William should have fought back for her. There it is. Okay, no, it wasn't. William didn't give a crap about her to defend her. That's the truth. He still doesn't give a crap. That's the thing. The same thing with Princess Diana. This is why Charles didn't really do much. Okay, didn't fight or still don't care about the kids of Princess Diana. There was no feeling behind it. I'm telling you, the squad are coming some good comments. Okay. Let's see here. Calling her lazy, which she actually was. Calling her family social climbers, which they actually were. No lies or racism there. It's nobody's fault that took William 9 years to decide to marry her. He let her get that kind of harassment. Harry knew Meghan was the one and two. Okay, but the press continue. Okay, she was okay with it. She was lucky she didn't have the racist joining in though. There's the part two. Okay, rubbish. No, and it wasn't racist either. That's worse. Still won't make us feel sorry for her entitled Karen self. Please stop with the deranged action. Stop with the deranged action. Right? Meghan said, quote, rude and racist is not the same. That's true. They were rude to Kate and Camilla, the latest for obvious reason, but Meghan's treatment was all over the place. Death treatment on a daily basis, calling her and her children all sort of names, insulting her mom, etc. Okay, but Charles and William could have stopped the nasty treatment Kate received, but they stuck with the never explain never complain, never explain narrative. Kate's confidence has been knocked, and you can see it when she has to make a speech. She doesn't feel supported. Yeah, that's on her. That's on her. If she had supported Meghan, there could have been a team to reckon with. What? All Kate got was Lady Katie, and nothing racist was tossed her way. Camilla got what she deserved as the adulteress she is. Nothing can compare to what Meghan got and is getting every single day. Okay? So now that Harry is fighting back, they see the heroic, the Superman kind of rescue kind of thing that Harry's doing. They wish their Lady Katie could have get that too. It takes one heck of a fortitude to stand up against these people. It's not easy. When you're going through those things in the moment, it's not easy for Harry to see the right. This is what I'm talking about. Now they want the same thing for the other one. Now because Harry's fighting for his right, his wife, and his family, and now they wish the other one could have done that. My goodness. They want everything, but okay. Harry would never have done this if they had just left Meghan alone. Okay? This is the hypocrisy of these people. They want all the good, heroic. It's almost the same thing that I've said. When you look back, when you look at what's this program they have? Oh my God, I forgot the name. When families are looking back on their family ancestors, what they've done and all of that. I forgot the name. I think I still have the screenshot of it when I looked it up. Okay? When they look back on their family history, they always feel proud. Okay? That's the thing here. They always feel proud when they see their family jump the hurdles. They fought back the evilness that was thrown at them. This is the thing that I'm seeing here. When Harry's children look back at what Meghan and Harry had fought for, they're gonna feel proud of it. But when William children look back at what William and the rest of the gang did, they're gonna feel very ashamed. So one of those kids need to cut the tie, like Harry did.
Suffered. Do everything you can to make sure that whatever negative experiences that you had, that you can make it right for your kids. We chose to put our mental health first. That's what we're doing, and that's what we will continue to do. Isn't this all about breaking the cycle? Isn't this all about making sure that history doesn't repeat itself? That whatever pain and suffering has happened to you, that you don't pass on?
Because he said, that's enough. This is not going to continue with my side of the family. He put a cut to it. He put a stop to it because they would not leave his wife alone. So now the heroic, the superhero kind of thing that they see Harry is doing, they don't want to admit it, but they wish this is what their fave could have done. But instead, their favorite was enjoying the pain, the agony that they were inflicting onto the other. And then they were okay with it when it was happening. Okay, these people are full of themselves. Okay, they like heroic, strong people to do that. But it took fortitude for a strong person to face the, they call it, Goliath kind of thing. Okay? So this is what Harry's doing. He's facing the lion and saying enough is enough. Now the strong superhero Harry is he's a regular human being, but he's sort of wrong. He just want to put a stop to it. But the character of like Harry said, it's your character that matters the most.
Because to be role models, or the role models that each of you are, takes strength and it takes courage. When I talk to my son Archie about what he wants to be when he grows up, some days it's an astronaut, other days it's a pilot, a helicopter pilot, obviously. Or Quasi from Octonauts. If you're laughing, then you've seen it. But what I remind him is that no matter what you want to be when you grow up, it's your character that matters most. And
there he is showing it. They wish theirs could have done that, but when theirs is the one who was inflicting the pain, you cannot have it both ways. You choose a side and stick to it. and this is the other brothers is sticking to the side, and this is the side that's gonna go down. I mean, you could have the heydays and you be laughing, you enjoying, but these kind of things don't last forever. These things don't last forever. If you stick to the truth, when you fight for the truth, yes, you go through some pain, the ups and downs, but at the end of the day, your conscience is clear. This is the thing, the brother, I don't know if he even have a conscience to even think back and say, oh my God, look what I done. I don't know if he's ever will reach that part, but until he goes through it, this is the thing sometimes I pray for. They need to go through it in order for them to understand it, and I hope they do go through it. Okay, this is up to God. This is why I said baggage for God. If they feel like, you know how you say you treat your neighbor how you want to be treated, okay, so if William and the rest of the royal family feel that the pain that they're inflicting into Harry is a good thing, so they must feel it themselves. That's all I'm saying. Whatever it is that they feel that Harry should go through, they must go through it as well. Okay, you treat your neighbor as you want to be treated. If this is the way they want to treat it, Harry, then they must feel it in order for them to understand it. There's Harry who wants to be respected. He wants to be treated right, and he's doing that. He's treating people with respect and understanding. There he is in the UK. None of his family know where he is. Why? Because he has friend where he had shown respect and is opened the door for him. Okay, this is the thing here. It's like night and day. I have a screenshot, not a screenshot, a thumbnails where I say it's like night and day, or something like that. I have good versus evil. It's very clear to all of us, okay, which side who's what. Okay, with that being said, let me move on because I still have more. I don't want to do a third video, and I'm already, oh my God, 26 minutes. I have a lot more. Next tweet, and this is the thing here. Terrible that she married a spineless alleged cheater who too much of a coward to challenge the toxic media and done nothing to protect her. Why are you derangers so accepting that your future queen should tolerate neglect and abuse for a poisonous title? There's the thing, and this is why Meghan was like, you want to be on the tabloid? Hey, go ahead, but my mental well-being is not gonna sacrifice for that. So let's read this. This was going around. Okay, according to Taz, okay, people who only turned into the royal family after Meghan really have no idea what Catherine really went through. It really does make Meghan and Harry's Netflix drama all more pathetic and attention-seeking. Okay, let's see. So she retweeted this person here. A 23-year-old Catherine was harassed and verbally assaulted by the media for 5 years. Her phone was hacked 159 times, more than any royal. Her mother was hacked. Her family was mocked. Not once did Catherine complain publicly. Mindset is what separates the best from the rest. And now she retweeted that. Of all tweets, you retweeted that. Meaning Taz, okay? Just because she got a vase and whatever, and you think that's okay, she's supposed to take it? When you, like I said in so many other videos, the human body is not made to go through pain. Okay, a small little cut that you have, automatically your body is designed to protect it. Okay, your blood starting to dry on the surface. Other part, I'm not a doctor to know all the physical aspect that goes into it, but at least you know when you go through some cut through experience, the wound starting to close up, trying to dry and stuff like that. It turned into a scab where it closing up, so things, dirt and stuff don't get into it to infect it. Okay, the body knows how to react. But these people, they insulting the entire body where it's supposed to be healthy, but they attacking the mental aspect of it. This is why these people are so masterful at the mental aspect of it, where you cannot see the wound, you cannot see the hurt, but they're attacking it mentally. Okay, meanwhile the inside, the person who's receiving it is going through some stuff mentally. Okay, so they think just because this one went through that, therefore Meghan should go through it. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, you stand up for something that is hurting you and to make it right. Okay, let's see it. Ty's getting all upset because it's hard to sell the shit these days. Okay, this. They actually celebrating that Prince William is a coward and that Kate Middleton is an outside front door mat during winter. Oh my God. You my friend or a poet? There's that. William did nothing. William and Kate did sue for the hacking and got paid silently. Well, at least Harry can use that as as part of his defense about the hacking. Okay, so there's evidence of all of this, that they were hacking them. Let's see here. This looked like something they did. Okay, royal outrage. I won't let Kate suffer like my mother. Okay, Will's fury at topless snap. What is it? That's when he sued for that, and that was that. Okay, let's see. Emily Andrews. I removed those tweets about Kate's acceptance of free gifts because Harry and William, super expensive lawyers, they threatened me with legal action, and I'm on mat leave, and so frankly had bigger things to worry about. I have criticized all British royal family members for various. I mean, as long as you're telling your truth, there's whatever. Don't go out of your way to do things. Okay, good King Harry with Elton, Doreen Lawrence, and Sadie Frost refuses to settle because they want the toxic media rats exposed. It's no longer about money, it's the principle of getting away with this abuse. Enough. There he is. There's young Harry been saying it. Let's listen to this. Okay, I probably will put screenshot.
Unfortunately, every single story was complete lies, which it rarely, well, which it always is, basically. Which is a shame, but you know, it's something I'd love to do, and you know, now I've had the chance once. I suppose I've got quite into it. And at the end of the day, if you join the army, you expect to go on operations. I don't want to sit around at Windsor because I just generally don't like England that much, and you know, it's nice to be away from all the press and the papers and the general shite that they write.
It was too risky for you to go back as a soldier.
More the fact that I think the media had said that they would never keep their mouths shut if I went and did the same job, so I'd have to do something different if I wanted to go, yes.
With the media following his every moment, Harry can't hide his irritation.
Harry, you enjoying getting stuck in?
Not really with you guys.
Tour of Afghanistan, Harry's exasperation, even loathing of the press, has shone through loud and clear.
My father always says don't read it. Everyone says don't read it because it's always rubbish. I'm surprised how many people in the UK actually read it. I mean, everyone's guilty for buying the newspapers, I guess, but hopefully no one actually believes what they read, which I certainly don't. But yeah, of course I read it. If there's a story and something's being written about me, I want to know what's being said.
That's right.
But all it does is just upset me and anger me that people can get away with writing the stuff they do. Not just about me, about everything and everybody.
And that mistrust of the press, I mean, how far back does that go? Is that something that's to the...
I think it's fairly obvious how far back it goes, to when I was very small.
There he is. Okay, couple things. I was trying to, because I will be putting screenshots, so I wanted to play it completely without interrupt. First thing, where he was, I think here. I was thinking, because William is standing right next to him. Meanwhile, the enemy was right next to him. And this portion here, he looks like Charles. He really looks like Charles here. Alright, so that's what came to mind, but I held it. I was like, I hope I remember when it's finished. Okay, according to Taz Better, open her eyes. There is no guarantee Kate will ever sit in that throne. For all she knows, there is a car accident being planned for Kate. I'm just reading. Okay, I'm just reading because I think she's about to phase out. Okay, plans for Kate. Rose will be occupying that seat. Future queen have accident in the family of Windsor. Mistress's rules. Wow. Okay, it's not our fault you don't consider Kate worthy to defend. We think Meghan is. That's for sure. There's that kind of heroic kind of thing I'm saying here. They're jealous that Harry had to stood up and fight for his wife. And then they wish that on the other one. And this comment is very telling as well. That's very telling. There's one comment under it. Let's see here. Oh, it's gone. Okay, let's see here. Okay. This is not a flex. This is what abusers comment. Quote, what a good woman she is to take the abuse with no complaint. End quote. I'm so proud of Meghan for saying no thanks and leaving. I love that for her and for all women. Okay, knowing how vile the media is, why will they want same treatment subjected to younger royals? Are they true royalists? This is what I'm saying. Yeah, and this is the thing. Harry is making it clear for the rest of the younger royals and those to come. Okay, when you hold things in, you turn out looking the way she does, it eats you from the inside out. That's what I was saying about the mental aspect of things. She doesn't look happy or sometimes healthy. I can only imagine how many drinks she takes to make it through the day. So instead of them giving her praise, they need to give her help. That's the thing here. Okay, difference between Meghan and the rest of the royal family is that Meghan's hate has been used to cleanse everyone else. She sacrifices for others, PR. That time, they hounded her. They bashed others too. Even till a few weeks to Meghan's wedding, your girls had a bi-weekly marking of their fashion. Okay, also the part where they admit the royals have no power whatsoever and the tabloid can write whatever they like with no repercussion whatsoever, but a common person can sue for defamation. Okay, since when was accepting abuse, when you have the power and ability to fight it, ever a positive thing? They should be thanking Harry and the others involved in this case, as they are helping to put checks on the media to stop this abuse. He's doing more for Kate than Will ever did here. That's for sure. Okay, she meant desperation separates the best and the rest. Okay. Even if all the above were true, these women are saying that Catherine was a good little girl for putting up with her abuse. Shameful. Okay, that reminds me of one of the video clip that I have.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
Okay, you will think they will all be cheering on Harry for holding these despicable people to account, but instead they are praising Kate for taking the abuse and invasion of privacy silently. Okay, he never stood up for her. He is a coward that took 9 years to decide to marry her. Harry only 2 years and makes Meghan his top priority. Yeah, I don't even think it's 2 years. I think the moment. But it's just that he didn't want to scare her off and ask for marriage right away. But I think the moment he saw her. So this is the same conversation. It must be hard for the Princess of Wales to have fans like this. When they are not calling her ugly by constantly editing her pictures, they are calling her a doormat who married a coward who wouldn't stand up for her. Alright, I read that already. So let's read some of the comments. Okay, the Rangers quote, Kate was harassed, mocked, and hacked and abused by the press, and she took it like a doormat. Even the man she married, William, never showed enough courage to fight the press like Prince Harry is doing now for his wife, Princess Meghan. Why is no other talking about that? There's that. Okay, they should have kept quiet. That's for sure. Look how they exposing their faves. So if she didn't complain publicly about any of this, how do they have this information? Okay, you are asking for common sense from people with none. Okay, is this the message statement Wills wants his fans to send to the public? That he's a spineless coward? That he chooses to stay quiet on corruption? That he's actually powerless? Hey, the father trained him when they went to that party and all of that. The father trained him to be spineless. Okay, his life's mission is to bring peace to the Middle East, but he can't even protect his wife. I'm laughing because this used to be something they say is like a catchphrase. Real talk, embarrassing, promoting your fave, taking abuse, and remaining silent. Has she ever stood up for anything? Also, that's not how a man who loves his woman behaves. Are they finally going to figure that out? Okay, Catherine doesn't need her husband to stand up for her. She is a strong, capable woman, and William knows that. You can twist things however you like it, but the truth is, Catherine doesn't need to play the victim, and William doesn't need to act the fool. Okay, my eye tells me everything. Okay, Catherine's husband is too busy effing Rose to care. Twitter doesn't mess. Twitter doesn't mess around. Just look at the screen because I cannot say. Okay, Rose to care that she's being abused. She didn't even put it in and leave some missing words. She said it straight up. Okay, mindset. I'm gonna go into that and then I'll move on to the next. Mindset. It's called low self-esteem and having a man who wasn't in love with her, so then bother to protect or stand up for her. Okay, it should have said, my man doesn't care about me, my mama doesn't care as long as I secure the bag. My self-esteem and self-worth are wrapped up in maintaining loyalty to a man who's not loyal to me, and I'm okay with it as long as I can continue to wear shiny hats and be a king queen. Okay, let's go into that. I'm telling you, the squad don't play. The squad don't play. My goodness. I read that already. You could read it yourself. That's where the F word came in. Okay, stay a peasant, comment the subject, Sarah. You truly are embarrassment to your master. Real women stand on their own 2 feet. They don't go running to a man every time someone puts them right. Okay, crying to Harry over every little thing is bad enough, but she also ranked Tyler Perry, who she did not even know. Oh, look at this. They watch all of Meghan's podcast and all of that. Okay, crying and asking for her hands out. She is shameless. Guess what? When you go to court and stand up, when the palace was refusing her, to help her, and she decided to do it, she didn't need Harry for that. Okay, Harry, you didn't hear Harry's name anywhere near Meghan's lawsuit. Okay, you didn't hear Harry get involved at all. Maybe in the background in terms of support as a supporting husband, not one word in the court paper. But you hear William's name. What is it? Not William. Well, the tabloid insert William names because of Jason Kenoff. He sent Jason Kenoff to try to distract her.
You just explain, what was the significance on the witness statement from Ed Verity, better known as Ted Verity?
Ted Verity, the editor of the Mail on Sunday, said in his signed witness statement that he had been given information that helped support Associated's case. He said this information came from a senior palace source, and he said in his witness statement this was, quote, not gossip or tittle-tattle.
What does that mean?
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household,
William and Kate,
according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
What's been, as we know, is that the Mail on Sunday had the ruling against them in February, and they were then appealing it. So it was lawyers from the Mail on Sunday who would have approached Jason Naff, knowing that these emails and messages existed. That would have been the point. Unless, I mean, the most likely outcome is that Jason obviously would have then gone to William and Kate, and clearly he has cooperated. He would not have cooperated with those lawyers without their definite knowledge.
Let's go into that. Let's see here. Now, why would you admit on the internet that you have no one in your life you can go and cry to? Okay? Some women have men in their lives who love them and will stand up and fight for them. Okay, if you think that's what makes you a real woman, more power to you. Leave the rest of us alone. What is it? Where Meghan's, where all of them sat on the platform, whatever. Is it better? I'll put the clip anyway, and put screenshot. Where all 4 of them were on stage, and Meghan was saying about feminism, they need to stand up and speak up and all of that. And I said this is where the firm radar came up. Okay, and Harry said it was during what is it? What other tour did they did? The South Africa, Australia tour, and I said no, it started there. Meghan had said something in that part where they need men to participate in it. Okay, because when you make a child, you don't make, not one person came in and do it. You need 2 loving couple who at that time felt it was right to the word that the squaddy used here, okay, to make it happen. So which means everyone needs someone else to help them. Okay,
I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying, when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that, because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate that we're seeing with so many campaigns, I mean, with Me Too and Time's Up, there is no better time than to really continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. Men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So, yeah, just
when Charles wants his coronation, he wants people to participate. Well, if he doesn't need somebody else, maybe he could perform himself, do all the thing by himself, put up all the things up, clean up after him, put the whatever stage or ride the horses himself. Don't need all of the. In life and reality, people need each other, but we need to show respect, and this is the thing these people are lacking of. They don't know how to show respect. Okay, so let's continue. So far from reality, it is a wonder you can get a signal out there. No wonder you support a white woman who you are convinced is black. Now you think she is a woman's labor fighting for equality when she constantly needs a man to protect her. You really need to get a grip. My goodness. She was carried and born of a black woman. She is brought up a black queen. So that makes her 100% black. White woman is Samantha, Scammy. What is it? Marco. Okay. Where is this going? Okay, claiming she had it worse, but she's not standing up for herself or others. Okay, the corporate client love her, especially the way she always seemed to be showing off her slender legs and tight blue shorts as she served gin and tonic and lunch. Kate's official uniform was a navy blue. Okay, you could finish with that screenshot. This is when she was working on the yacht. Okay, but there's that. They're just jealous. Okay. In society, we need one another. Okay, if they think, what is it? Meghan had already responded to that. They need men to participate. And then he said, what is it? Harry is a feminist. Okay, if you look at some of the laws that those men, the GOP, the Republican in the United States is putting, trying to take power away from women. Okay. Yes, women can fight that too, but when they start joining the men to add to the women's problem, that's another issue. But we need men to participate to stop this nonsense going on, because eventually they will have a sister, they will have a wife, or they will have a daughter. So men need to participate to stop that. This is how society needs to move forward. It's collectively. When someone have an idea and branch off of it, help support one another. All right, is that the next one? Okay, next week. What kind of worms is the royal family so scared of that they allow the press to act illegally? Quote, and it was made clear to me that the royal family did not sit in the witness box because that could open up a can of worms. Prince Harry. Wow. Okay, this is what I don't know. I need to follow someone who's highlighting everything. What's going on in court, because when I read those articles, not only it takes time to create a video for you guys, because when I read it, I might as well share it with you so you know what I know. But it would be nice to just read someone who's in court who's documenting it. All right, let's continue. The royal order is giving access to the royal family so that they can keep the public informed. If they are keeping damaging secret for the royal family in exchange for access, the public should demand the truth. That's for sure. There's that money flow. Anybody else will. And the thing that they use here, in journalism, where people should not tell their sources, this little snippet of things, they abuse it to the fullest. And this is what they have used when they're saying sources and they don't give names and all of that. This is that little clause within the journalism, and they're messing it up for everybody. Even the good ones, they're messing it up for. Because there are some good journalists in the UK. But what they've done here, the tabloid have done, is use that clause to, in other words, they hijack it and then they weaponize it. They put it in full steroid. Okay? Where they create their own story. They are their own, their own sources, and then they're not obligated to say where they get the information. And this is how the lies all sort of come up all about. Okay, anybody else would love to see William, Charles, and Camilla testify, especially the homewrecker. That alone. For some reason, I don't know. many of you might disagree with me, but he will have to speak up. They must have something on Charles where they took control over him. Okay, he's not in control. But there's really so many nonsense about Harry where Harry doesn't give a F anymore. But these people, whatever damages they have on Charles and William, it's so damaging where he's willing to give his freedom for. So I think Charles, they have something on him, but it's sad. It's sad. But I think Harry knows. But there's something that they have on Charles where it's unbelievable. But anyway, like Diana's death wasn't an accident and we planned it. Maybe. Okay, it should be a bigger story. Okay, anybody else would love to see William, Charles, and Kamala testify. Okay, it should be a bigger story that the king and future king are susceptible to blackmail. Because they hire those people. I said it. When I found out, when I heard about courtiers, I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know they were politician or whatever. But when I was reading in one of my videos, and when I found out that it was politician they were hiring to do their courtiers, secretaries, and I was like, oh my God, it's all over. Okay, it's all over for them. Because once these people, because the institution was another branch of politics, even though they don't make the law, but they are part of the institution that shaped the UK. So once I found out politician was on the inside, I said it's over. It's over for them, because now they know how the institution work. They could manipulate them. But maybe it was happening way before when I found out. But when I found out, I put one and one together and I was like, it's over. That's it. Okay, it should be a bigger story that the king and future king are susceptible to blackmail. The palace knew about Jeffrey for years and were actively covering it up until it became an international story. Okay, what is it? Virginia Godfrey. Okay, that's what she meant. Okay, actively covering it up until it became an international story that they could not control. Okay, and what was it? Gate. Okay, that secretary who I said was there to protect the crown, but Charles and Andrew, okay, teamed up to get rid of him and put the other one. Was it Edward Young? So who probably advised Charles to do that? Because they were the only one who could overrule the queen, because they were the two seniors. So that's another thing. There's always branches behind them. Okay, although again, it's really hard to explain what I'm seeing here. Is that even though Charles is as cool as he is, but there are certain decisions, I think someone directed him to make those decisions, because he was like a freaking puppet. Okay, someone must have directed him and forced him to team up and get rid of that, because they have so much shit on them. When you look at Andrew as well, because Andrew was all over, he was doing all sort of things, so they captured that. Go back to the video where I have, I think, Rachel Maddow, and then there's a secret how the Russian got rid of a prosecutor who was going after Boris Yeltsin. Okay, I think it was Boris Yeltsin, and they secretly videotape the prosecutor who was investigating Yeltsin, and then for the prosecutor to get rid of the whatever was going on with Yeltsin, they secretly recorded him having things with prostitute and all of that, even though it may not be him on the whoever was on the video, but they got him, and then they made him get rid of that, throw the case out. So it's the same replicate of things that happen. So they probably have things on those royal family, those senior royals, like Andrew. Definitely for Andrew, I know they have something on Andrew, and also Charles, we probably will not ever know. But the way he got close with, and then knowing who has as a friend, so who knows who probably push him to do all of these decision, this kind of thing. All right, so this is why you need to look at branches of things. So at the end of the day, where Harry said he doesn't give a F anymore, Harry knows what he knows. The royal family knows Harry knows, but they do not know what Harry really knows. Does that make sense to you? It's little at a time. When he goes to court, even though those derangers were saying Harry said too much, he exposed the royal family thing and spare and all of that, Harry didn't expose nothing. But when he's in court, you cannot sue him what he said in court, because he's under obligation to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. This is where we're gonna hear all the nonsense that they were accusing Harry of doing when he didn't say anything yet. So yeah, the can of beans is gonna be spilled. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I bring a lot of things here. All right, let's see here. My guess is that there are more offspring from Prince Philip outside of these 4 children. Okay, it will all come out in the end. That's the beauty of life. Yep, that's it. Okay, get a can opener ready. Yep, can of beans. Yep, there's here pedophilia, Mountbatten. So there it is. Jimmy Savile, Prince Andrew, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. They're just a few names we know about. The royal family are immoral. Yeah, we're gonna hear a whole bunch of stuff if this thing goes to trial. Okay, mistresses, children, who knows who is really king or queen? There's another thing. Okay, my guess will be that it's irrelevant of exactly which story and how often they have been feeding stories to the tabloid is the can of worm. There's that. Most of the country don't realize that Tempax Charlie has $4 billion invested in uranium holding to Rio Tinto Zinc. Okay, I didn't know about that. He profits from the arms trade, including the notorious depleted uranium trade. That's why the cultivated eco warriors false persona it's a con. There was one tweet that I read. It was a long thread from Anonymous. This was too much information. I have it somewhere. I don't know which video, but I never finished edited. I never made it public because it was too much for me. Maybe, I don't know, when I do have time, I'll look for that thing and see what I could get out of it again, because I never deleted it, but I never edited to put it. After I read everything, I was like, oh my god, this is too much information. I don't if YouTube is already targeting my channel with minor things that I'm sharing with you now, imagine that. I knew ahead of time not to even put it out there. I don't want my channel to be the one to expose it, because Anonymous came up with a long thread. It's funny, I don't see that things anymore. I'll look to see if they still exist, because I did follow them. They used to put a lot of things up. Okay, there might be a clear evidence that the palace knew about the phone hacking but didn't do anything because Harry was already fed to the wolves since he was a child. He was the scapegoat and the reason this secret are not coming out. Okay, they are hostage. I always get the feeling they have a huge secret on Prince William. He has so much weight on his shoulders. May he find freedom like his brother did. Well, whatever he did to Meghan, I say may he never find peace, because he felt like he had to do what he did with no common sense. At some point, okay, you need to say F it. You need to relieve from it, because I don't see you have to keep going, living life, knowing you don't know when people's gonna come and say this. That's not living. You're not living a true life. All right, next tweet. Let's move on. Oh my god, I think there's gonna be a third video because I have a lot more. Growing up, one would and add about his look and how much he looked like Di, and kind of hoping that he'll be the one to carry out her legacy. Little did we know that he was a wolf in a sheep clothing, a spineless, this conniving coward like his father. What a waste. So this is one of those who come to regret. This is what they were portraying people to be, to adore him, to like him, but now when we find the true thing, we're like, forget it. Okay, let's see here. Willie was good looking back in the days. However, my heart always belonged to Harry starting in 1998. I remember being marked for it as a preteen and teen. I didn't care though. Prince Harry was the man. Okay, I even have the first pic I had of him still in frame. Carker, late 1998. Look at him. Okay. What a different time make. The squad, oh my goodness. There's Harry. Yep. Okay, you are spot on, sister. Our Harry is 1,000 times the man Willie will ever be, true, honest, and brimming with integrity. The fact no aristo female was willing to take him on says a lot about what kind of a person he was even then. That's right, they didn't want to be with William. Okay, when you're raised to think and act like a king, you tend to think everything evolves around you. Could be no other way, that's for sure. It's why Charles and Willie aren't that relatable. Harry is more down to earth because he was the spare. He's the lucky one, and they resent him for it. Hey, they were having fun mistreating him. And this is why I said that they never pay attention to him. And he's the secret weapon. Okay, Prince Harry was always my preferred prince. Agree, wasted potential. That's true though. Okay, and he sure lost his looks fast. Okay. Okay, amen. A spoiled, entitled brat who is forever incandescent with rage. He peaked too early in life. Yep, I had such a crush on him, just like Katie, but without the poster. Who would have thought? Damn British media deceived us. Well, your eyes then deceive you. He was good looking, but hey, his ugly side came out and shows up as well. Next tweet. They should have left Meghan, the Duchess Sussex, alone. Yep. Okay, there's that. They're just talking about what's going on in the court. Okay, it was a simple request. Yep, that's a fair request. There's that. The easiest task ever, and they failed. To leave Meghan alone. That's the squad, 100%. Just laying back and watch them. I bet they will be calling Big Henry now. All of their secret will have stayed on the low if they had left him and Meghan alone. Now the whole enterprise is about to be exposed. Why? What happened? That's that. Okay, that remind me of my illusion video. I have 3 different parts, but the whole version have everything in it. Okay, very simple and easy. Honestly, there's that. Should have. 100%. You mean they should have left Queen Meghan alone? Okay, yes. He was like, play with me, but not with my soulmate. That's the thing here. Once they I'm telling you, this is exactly what I think. I didn't even see this comment when I said it. This is exactly that. He grew up into it. I think there's, even though he was, they bother him to the extent, but he's been immune to it. But knowing the fact that when he was dating Meghan and see Meghan's lifestyle, the carefree, the kind of vibe and happiness that Meghan had, and he wanted to be part of that. And this is why he said in his in his book Spare, he wanted Meghan to take he wanted Meghan to take him with her. He wanted
travel the world from top to bottom, literally. I'd hopscotched the continents. I'd met hundreds of thousands of people. I'd crossed paths with a ludicrously large cross-section of the planet's 7 billion residents. For 32 years, I'd watched a conveyor belt of faces pass by, and only a handful ever made me look twice. This woman stopped the conveyor belt. This woman smashed the conveyor belt to bits. I'd never seen anyone so beautiful. Why should beauty feel like a punch in the throat? Does it have something to do with our innate human longing for order? Isn't that what scientists say? And artists? That beauty is symmetry, and therefore represents a relief from the chaos? Certainly my life to that point had been chaotic. I can't deny hungering for order, can't deny seeking a bit of beauty. I'd just come back from a trip with Pa, Willie and Kate to France, where we'd marked the anniversary of the Battle of the Somme, honoured the British dead, and I'd read a haunting poem, Before Action. It was published by a soldier 2 days before he died in action. It ended, "Help me to die, O Lord." Reading it out, I realised I didn't want to die. I wanted to live. A fairly staggering revelation for me just then. But this woman's beauty and my response to it wasn't based merely on symmetry. There was an energy about her, a wild joy and playfulness. There was something in the way she smiled, the way she interacted with Violet, the way she gazed into the camera. Confident, free. She believed life was one grand adventure. I could see that. What a privilege it would be, I thought, to join her on that journey. I got all of that from her face.
Meghan to take him with her in her journey. So that's kind of thing here.
What a privilege it would be, I thought, to join her on that journey. I got all of that from her face.
So as soon as they interrupt that aspect of Meghan, he was not having it. Because this is what he dreamt of having. The lifestyle that Meghan had, he dreamt it. In my humble opinion, this is fully my humble opinion. But they interrupt that, made his love, okay, his soulmate, to be suicidal. That was game over for him. That was game over. That was like, no. And we have to give Meghan so much credit when she knows this is not the way she usually think, and to bring it up to Harry, and for Harry to take action. And then there it is. This is why you have to have someone to speak to. The confidence that they had, that whatever it is that they had together when they were dating, nobody knew. That secret where they bonded, and whatever it is, that word that they had for each other, and Harry promised her he will protect her. This is it. This is it. Okay? This is what every father wished their daughters to marry. Someone like that who will protect their daughters when they marry. But when you look in the news, especially in the US, you see some crazy thing. But anyway, that I agree with 100%. He was like, play with me, but not with my soulmate. The minute they pass on, okay, that same abuse they were doing to him, and he knows how it feels. This is the thing here. He experienced it. He know how it feels, and he didn't want that for her. And he didn't want that to pass on to his children. That's where the line crossed. I truly believe that. And he even said it. What is it? And the me you can see, I believe, where he said he wants the thing to stop. I have the audio. I'll put the audio. I'm sorry, I'm not going to put any video.
Suffered. Do everything you can to make sure that whatever negative experiences that you had, that you can make it right for your kids. We chose to put our mental health first. That's what we're doing, and that's what we will continue to do. Isn't this all about breaking the cycle? Isn't this all about making sure that history doesn't repeat itself? That whatever pain and suffering has happened to you, that you don't pass on?
But the audio, I'll play it for you. Next tweet.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
together. And, if I may speak personally, we are all in this together. Because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.